What's up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. But today we're going to be talking about Bardstown Rye. Now, I tried the Bardstown single barrel. It's more of a bourbon, and this has got to be one of my favorite bourbons I've had all year. I said that earlier in the year, but when I posted this video about the single barrel, everybody told me I had to go try the rye. And now, for me, I'm not big on ryes. I've never been like, ooh, let me go pick up a really good rye. It's always been more bourbon-friendly bourbons or just bourbon-friendly ryes in general. But this is coming in right at 95% rye, 5% malted barley. So this is gonna be heavy on the rye. But I'm excited to try it, figure out what it's like. Now this one in particular, obviously this is a Bardstown's Origin Series. It is bottled and distilled at Bardstown. It was distilled spring 2017, so it's 6 years. Now the one thing that is cool about this bottle in particular, it is a Bardstown Origin Series, but it's a Kentucky straight rye, and it's finished in toasted cherry barrels and toasted oak barrels. Now they're doing alternate 6 months aging. They're aged 6 months in the cherry barrel, 6 months in the oak barrel. Now I thought that was pretty cool. It is still a 6-year age, but for the most part, I've never seen alternating barrels. So I'm expecting a little bit of a unique flavor on this. So that part excites me. I do love like a good cherry note on a whiskey. All right, so first things first, let's see what the nose is like. Wow, that's actually really, really pleasant. That smells no burn on the nose, which obviously is the first good sign. And I am getting tons of cherry, but I'm getting more of like citrus, more like a candy orange. Obviously, you get a little bit of rye spice there on the nose as well, but I'm more of getting like a lemon drop or like some florally lemon notes. Things like that is what's kind of more on the nose so far. Yeah, overall, if you want me to rank the nose, I'm going to give this a good 8. It smells really good. So let's see what it's like on the palate. I like that a lot. Tons of oak on there. I get a little bit of the cherry. I definitely get more like citrusy, like orangey on the palate. Everything else is kind of like muted out because it's heavy on the orange is what I'm going to go ahead and say. But I actually like it quite a bit. Normally when I drink rye, it's like my palate freaks out, starts tingling like crazy. This is super smooth, so for a rye, y'all trying to convert me to rye. That's what it's coming to. Now this is coming right at 96 proof, but for me, it kind of feels and tastes like it's more of like 100 to 105 kind of proof. So it drinks a little bit higher proof than it really is, but like in a really good way. For me, I like a little bit of higher proof bourbons and whiskeys. So for this to be a lower proof and still kind of give you a little bit of kick at the end, more like in the back of the throat kind of thing, kind of gives you a nice little afterburn, which I like an afterburn. I don't like a full burn, if that makes sense. So for my final thoughts, I'm going to go ahead and give this an A+. Again, like I said at the beginning, I'm not big on ryes. I've never been like, ooh, let me go pick up a really good rye. I'm always leaning more towards bourbons. You know, Woodford's Double Oak is kind of like one of my favorites, just like everyday drinkers. So you can kind of see where my palate really likes to go for this. I mean, I hate to say it this early in the year, but this is probably my favorite rye I've actually ever had. So for me, this is definitely something I'm going to keep on the shelf. Again, not as a big bourbon or not as a big rye fan, but if this runs out, I probably would pick up another one. Now this bottle in particular though is coming in right at $69.99, but for the price, it's really not that bad. I'd much rather spend 70 bucks to get a good rye rather than spend, 30 and get something I'm not really a big fan of anyway. So if you're like me and you're not a huge fan of ryes, go ahead and try the Bardstown Origin Series. Give it a try. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. But again, if you like videos like this, like, subscribe to all that jazz, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.